Hey folks, it's Asif and welcome to Go Go Go. So welcome back to a news content. This is Go Explore and I go out for walks all the time and decided to share some of these walks with you. Although I go and explore Stanley Park and Seawall quite frequently, this is the first time I'm streaming. It might get choppy guys, but bear with me. This is something new for sure. So yeah. Come along and let's go. This is Denman in West Georgia. I got off the bus on Robson, came down here and decided to get my streaming gear rolling. So welcome, welcome. It's a beautiful day. Hey Evan, welcome to the stream. Evan says, good afternoon Asif, it's great to be out today, I hope you have a great day. Thank you Evan, really appreciate. Hope you enjoy the stream. We are doing our first ever Seawall stream, at least around Stanley Park. That'll be exciting. And it's a wonderful day to be out. Thank you. West Georgia and Denman. There you go. West Georgia Street on Denman. And as we cross West Georgia, we're going from West End to Pole Harbor neighborhood before we enter Stanley Park. What a glorious day. In a couple of days, when the cruise ships start rolling in, it's just gonna get super touristy and busy. So I wanted to do a stream before the peak tourist season starts over at Stanley Park. Tourists bring in economic activity that we all appreciate. So shout out to all the tourists who are about to visit Vancouver and Stanley Park. Jerome Forestwood in the house. Welcome, welcome. Oh, absolutely agreed. Such a lovely day. Hey Cloud, welcome to the stream. It's a lovely day to be out and about. Hey Brooke, welcome, welcome. It's a glorious day to have a live stream. Join me as I explore Stanley Park on a stream. Like, this is not new ground for me in any way, shape or form. I frequently walk almost the entirety of Stanley Park Seawall. But yeah, wanted to do a stream. Jerome says if you stick to this Seawall, you should have no worries about buffering. That's the plan. That's the plan. Stick to the Seawall strictly. Thanks, Evan. Appreciate. Beautiful day. Fingers crossed we bump in, see some sea lions. They usually frequent this part of the marina. Oh, thank you, Brooke. Jerome is still working. Diva works hard. You know what? I never take this path Let's walk this path. Oh, look, the last bit of cherry blossom. Beautiful, beautiful sakura. Constitution, Hollyburn, interesting name. Very old-timey. Fingers crossed we see a few sea lions or seals. The funny thing is, whenever I see them, I'm always on a walk or a run. I miss out filming that part, but today I'm streaming, so fingers crossed. I've seen a few lazy beavers as well, just strolling along Seawall. Is that a ducky? Or something else? I have to keep my eye open. Especially around Horseshoe Bay, they're very nonchalantly chilling out. Yeah, the hustle is real. Jerome's working hard. Hopefully Jerome will do a stream after he's done, so you guys can enjoy that. I'll be done by that point. So yeah. Ooh, birds, flowers. What a beautiful day. Yeah, honestly, these boats look like a lot of maintenance to me, Evan, but power to the queens who actually own them and run them. Must be a great view from one of those boats. Okay, we're around the 0 mark or 0 kilometer mark at the seawall. This is where they start counting.
I mean, and I'm the one talking about it.
Hope the audio is okay. Yeah, I hope that at some point they have like I don't know, turbine energy or solar energy to run these boats. This is where it starts, and I think it ends around Kitts Beach. So it'll circle around under all 3 of the bridges, Burrard, Granville and Canby, go all around Science World and all of the spots south of downtown, and then cross over Granville Island. Yeah, the seawall is the largest in North America, I believe, if not one of the largest in the entire world. And imagine this was built like 100 years ago. The masonry, especially considering back in the days, it still holds strong. Of course, they do regular renovations on the seawall from time to time. That's why you'll notice that part of the seawall sometimes is closed off for reno work. We watched the drone show somewhere over there, closer to Canada Place. That's actually not part of the seawall, although it is part of Cole Harbour's waterfront. club. Lower tide, but I think the water level is gonna rise. That is the trend. Of course, depending on the tide, you get quite a different experience on the seawall. Yeah, Jerome agreed. CFL Grey Cup also had a zip line around Canada Place and Vancouver Conference Center. That was cool. Lots of events and food trucks and concerts around it. You get a view of downtown Vancouver in the marina from this POV. Somebody is slowly scootering with music, sleigh means. Okay. Slowly, slowly indeed. Yeah? Agreed, Jerome. I can't wait to try all the night markets. Richmond, North Lonesdale. And here, closer to the totem pole, you have the horsepower carriages. You can actually tour all of Stanley Park on a horse-drawn buggy. And here are the horses getting ready for a tour. A very chill, old school way of exploring the Seawall and the Stanley Park. I'll make sure to do a pit stop around the totem poles, not on this side, around the Seawall. Jerome, you need to film that if you put me on a zip line in the night market. Evan, it is true, and that happens. But they keep this park nice and clean. The only P-O-O-P you will notice is geese. P-O-O-P. Oh, Jerome, that was Nowruz. Nowruz is a Persian New Year. He celebrated that at Lafarge Lake and Coquitlam. That was a lovely festival. Of course, our Persian community is wonderful, and they are spread across Metro Vancouver, from North Van, West Van, all the way down to Coquitlam. And Nowruz is a fun festival with lots of good food. Jerome still raves about it. Nature and the city. What a lovely combination. You have concrete towers right next to a lovely park. Yeah, agreed, Evan. Delicious. The best thing I feel like about Persian cuisine, especially when it's served with rice, is their potatoes. I mean, it's a skill to make potatoes taste that good, that good. And again, accompanied by more carbohydrates like rice. But Persians and their culinary might continues to amaze me. So good. All the saffron, rose water, delicious, delicious. Yeah, cloud. Can't agree more. I recently tried Nazuk biscuits, and on my last Friday fried chicken work, we were back in North Van at a Persian bakery. We had their German biscuits. Funny that they're called German. We tried German heart, German flour, and a bunch of those biscuits. That was a good palate change as well, because every Friday we do Friday fried chicken walk, and I try not to drown myself with a lot of water. That's a great way to go around, change your palate without drinking too much bevy. We are gentlemen of a certain age, and too much water can be problematic. Absolutely, Evan. Persian bakeries are highly recommended. And if you're in Metro Vancouver, there's so many of them. Pretty much every single city has a Persian bakery or a Persian grocery store where you can find plenty of those delicious biscuits, cookies, and baked goods. Oh, this is the yacht club. Royal Vancouver Yacht Club, producing Olympians since 92. Sorry, 1903. Huh? That's old. Seawall is so peaceful. I'm glad I could bring you guys with me. I do this quite frequently. If it's a dry day and I can find myself a few hours, I come down the hill. I don't even always take the bus. Usually I just walk down from downtown and walk along the seawall. Today I was running late, so I took the Robson bus. Came down to Robson and Denman and started the stream. I cycle, I scooter, but I've tried filming. It's kind of a challenge. It's challenging to film on a cycle for me. I still need to figure out proper gear for that, but I love to cycle. I think I cycled more back when I used to live in Toronto than in Vancouver, to be honest. Also, different time in life in general. I had a job over at the Pape Village and I still live downtown, and during the Big Pan era I used to freak out, and instead of taking a streetcar or a subway, which was quite convenient, I took a cycle and cycled in minus 20, minus 30 degrees, 5 a.m. in the morning, and made my way to my job. And sometimes in snow. and yeah, it can be quite difficult to cycle, especially not in a Vancouver snow way, in a Toronto snow weather. But yeah, I've done that. Been there, done that. It's funny, like you look back into days like that and just wonder. Yeah, Jerome, I am actually checking the water every few minutes, but can't seem to spot any so far. Plenty of birdies. This is the naval base. Yeah, the tide is low. Oh, I can hear the seaplanes. Ooh, my first cruise ship spotting of the season. Slay. Yeah, having 5 a.m. cycling in winter in Toronto is quite an experience. Look at that. First cruise ship spotting of the season. Slay, slay. That means a lot of people around Canada Place and downtown. Jerome, I think you know where you're filming. Cruise ships means there's a lot of activity whenever they work. And look at that, there's this ferry. Oh, look, there's the Lonesdale Sea Bus making its way to Waterfront Station. And there's the cruise ship docked at Canada Place. Yeah, well, Jerome, you know me, I wanted a more chilled stream today because I plan on doing a cooking stream in a couple of hours. That's of course my new channel at at Asif Forestwood, where I do cooking live streams among other live streams, including art live streams. Okay, let me give you guys a tour of the totem poles while I'm at it. Fun enough, throughout, I think they're doing a shooting for a film or something. Yeah, look, there's a film crew. It's a perfect kind of a weather and time to shoot, and Vancouver, of course, being a pretty popular shooting destination. So if you're around, you can spot lots of film productions, but Vancouverites are fully aware of it, so they're very nonchalant.
Sunny weather here.
You noticed actor or musician, you're very chill about it. You don't hog them. Or yeah, people usually tend to mind their own business and not interrupt shooting. And these are our local celebrities, Canada Geese.
Yeah, go back, turn around, Princess.
Hey divas. Let me cross over to the totem poles and show you guys the totem poles. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you, Evan. The link, thank you, Jerome, for sharing the link. More geese. Even they're curious about what's going on. Thank you for sharing the stream, Jerome. Check out my live stream later where I cook. And here's the totem pole. Totem poles of Stanley Park is quite a sight. This is an archway. We're privileged to have Coast Salish indigenous art to admire. Beautiful. Usually I don't ever stop by the totem poles because I'm on a run or a walk, so I stick to the seawall, but now that I'm filming gives me an opportunity to stop and show these to you guys. I'm always enamored. Also, you can see this tourist season at its peak, so many people out exploring. Heading back to the seawall. Yeah, I don't believe you can do something with totem poles without consent from the indigenous community, the First Nation that you borrow. These are all borrowed, by the way. The city or community don't actually own them, and they can and will be returned to the communities, which happens quite frequently. Back on the seawall. Yeah, this explains why there are so many people out. There's a squirrel making a run. Oh, there's a seaplane. Cute things you notice on the seawall. And look, there's one landing. Oh, and here's Stanley Park Cannon. So every night at 9 p.m. this cannon goes off. And we've reached the first mile marker, Slay. First cruise ship of the season, or at least the one I noticed so far. o'clock gun. Folks, if you're enjoying the stream, don't hesitate to like this video, share it with your buddies. We're still streaming. We'll probably stream for at least an hour plus for sure. Comment down below, even if you're watching a recording of it years from now. And of course, if you haven't already, please subscribe, push that bell button to get notifications whenever I'm live. And you can also support this channel by hitting that super thanks button. That's a heart with the dollar sign. And during the stream you can also send me super chat and super stickers. But of course, hope you continue to enjoy the stream. Hey Christian, welcome to the stream. There's another one. Christian, I'm doing great. How about you, bud? Honestly, can't help but have a great time when the weather is like this. It's practically summer. That's nice. There's North Van's iconic sulfur patch. If you've walked along Seawall, something that is hard to avoid, the sulfur patch. Hey Richard, welcome to the stream. And there is Lionsgate Bridge. Diva, we are gonna keep this stream politics free. That's the one rule. There are plenty of spots to discuss politics. We're trying to keep this channel politics free. But yeah, nah, man. Don't really like to talk about that thing tonight, Cloud. Today, Cloud. But yeah, thanks for your curiosity. Thanks for asking. Is the bike path? We're almost down to Lumberman's Arch, I believe. By the way, guys, comment down below what's your favorite trail in the city. I'd love to know where you guys hike if you're from Metro. Personally, beyond the Seawall, I do love hitting up North Shore Mountains, especially Pipeline Trail. I don't do the grouse grind. That's a little too intense for me. But I do enjoy Lynn Valley, the Canyon Trail. Oh wow, more shooting and production going down here. So Stanley Park is the busy shooting spot today. Slay. And we're almost approaching the mermaid sculpture. I think they have a similar one over in, I don't know which Western European country, Netherlands or Denmark. They have, I believe, a similar mermaid statue. This one's kind of iconic. Right now it's low tide. On high tide it almost feels like she's floating on a rock. Agreed, Evan. So beautiful and peaceful. Cars zipping through Seawall. Technically you can drive, but I would say walking or cycling is probably the best way to explore. Much calmer, much more chill, and yeah, just a gorgeous way to explore such a lovely natural space. The ocean, the mountains, forest. Yeah, lovely statue. The OG story is kind of scary, borderline horror movie vibes, but like it's cute retelling. Hey, another seaplane. Down by Lumberman's Arch. Fun story, this play area was gifted by Bryan Adams, The Children of British Columbia by Bryan Adams. I'll show you the plaque, which is a cool thing. I mean, if you're a celebrity with lots of money, it's an awesome way to give back to the community that cherishes you. And you can do a lot of things with your money, but helping out your community, looking after your province and your city, that's just amazing. The splash pool is just busy with lots and lots of families throughout summer, especially when the temperature rises. It's a great way to keep young people hydrated. Of course, we won't film any of that if there are young people around. also one of the 3 or 4 spots on the Seawall cycling path where you need to dismount and walk your cycles if you want to continue on the Seawall path. Here's Lumberman's Arch. And here's the play area and splash pad. Oh, agreed. Always a great way to give back to community is by giving back to society itself. There are restrooms around here, washrooms, so if you need a quick freshen up, you can. Oh, let me show you this plaque. For the children of British Columbia, Bryan Adams, 1987. Wow, this is before I was even alive. Oh. Look at this cutesiness, how the tree bent. That is so unique. I'm just gonna sneak through the bike path. I'm just enamored how this tree trunk bent this way. Slay. Okay, before any cyclists show up, let me get off the bike path. Nature enamors me. Agreed, Evan. Those tree trunks definitely remind me of elephant trunks. Cute spot to just chill out, take in the views. Wow, lovely breeze, mild sunny temperatures. It's perfect for a walk. Evan says I can start my morning off every day like this. Evan, a lot of people do, especially those who are fortunate enough to live nearby. It's just beautiful, beautiful. Sounds of waves crashing. Let's walk towards Beaver Lake. I think it was originally a natural lake, but I think they have made the whole ecosystem slightly more artificial now, just to protect some of the natural elements around it, the trees and whatnot, and also to balance how much water goes in and out. That might be one of the main reasons, because erosion is real, and for an old structure like Stanley Park Seawall and the seawall in general, it's important to manage it. So here's the entrance to Beaver Lake. Notice this is where the runoff goes down. Another one of those points where you need to dismount your bikes. It might get a little sketchy on the stream, guys, because, well, it's slightly more remote than the main seawall. Stay on. We're just doing a momentary detour to show you the lake. It is just gorgeous, people. Gorgeous. Evan agreed. It wouldn't be Canada if something wasn't called Beaver Lake. Well, we are known to eat beaver tails. Don't worry, folks, it's not an actual beaver tail. It's a deep fried bread. Contrary to popular belief that it's dismembered beaver tails, it's just a fried dough. A little bit of sunshine peeking through. Thanks, Evan. Stream's going strong. Hey Frank, welcome to the stream, bud. Just enjoying Vancouver Stanley Park. I'm gonna call these streams Go Explore, because I do go out exploring a lot, but I feel like it doesn't fit the format of the channel, so I decided to, this is access to Pipeline Road, decided to make a new video stream. Adam on a stream. And battered and deep fried. It's called beaver tail, a delicacy in Canada. Oh, Adam. Makes me chuckle. It is a great day, Adam. Any day you get to explore any of this is a wonderful day. Honestly, I can't say it enough times. What a privilege, absolute privilege is to be here in lovely British Columbia. Like, the nature is just incredible. And yeah, we can't take that for granted. This is our home, and it will show appreciation and love. I'm about to hit Beaver Lake, Jerome. I wanted to show people a little bit of Beaver Lake. Ooh. Let's head back to the seawall. I think I can go on this trail and walk down. So let's do that. See, I told you there's like a concrete structure, so they've made this thing more artificial just to protect the natural sanctuary, especially with high rainfall. I believe if I'm about to enter. There is a pipeline that cuts through Stanley Park, carrying fresh water from Cleveland Dam up in North Vancouver, which also creates electricity. So a lot of our electricity in British Columbia is clean from hydroelectricity, and they have major infrastructure that brings that water all the way across Burrard Inlet and through Stanley Park. There's a station near Sunset Beach as well, if I'm not wrong. I agreed. Even when we used to live in Toronto, that got like construction projects, especially when they dismantle a lot of old stuff to make way for new projects, including CN Tower. They had to take a lot of that concrete, and that turned into a man-made island peninsula situation, which we call Tommy Thompson Park, and that's now Leslie Street Spit. This is a lake of Beaver Lake and all the trails. We are right here. We'll sashay back into Seawall. We hit the hour mark, but guys, if you're enjoying the stream, don't forget to hit that like button, share it with your buddies, and of course, subscribe if you haven't already. Help your cutie patootie YouTubers, why not? Who designed Central Park in New York City? That might be wrong. I have to check the fact again, but yeah. And the architect himself, David Oppenheimer, I believe, or something, he has been immortalized and honored by naming Oppenheimer Park, slightly east of downtown, after the architect of Stanley Park. Thanks, Evan. And back on the seawall. So that was Beaver Lake. Hi, Beaver Lake. Beaver Lake. And look, there's a Pacific blue herring. Oh, love Pacific blue herrings. Yeah, I've been walking this trail for like a solid 2 years now. Even when we used to live all the way over at UBC. I would definitely love to take a seaplane or a helicopter ride over this area, Evan. That would be amazing. But yeah, this view just on your feet or on a cycle is just incredible. Makes you feel closer to nature and the ground. But a bird's eye view would be incredible as well. Getting closer to Prospect Point, I believe. Hey Starling, welcome to the stream. Yeah, that's Lionsgate Ridge right there. We're almost at the edge of the peninsula. Yeah, they have been, Adam is right, they have been planning on a bridge across Burrard Inlet over to North Van since the early 1850s and 1860s. This is definitely one of the most iconic bridges in all of Canada. And it's been featured in countless movies and TV shows. And imagine what it must cost in today's money. And back then, with the technology they had back in the days, this is just a testament of incredible engineering and architecture. Jerome did a live stream with me once where Jerome did several live streams across the Lionsgate Bridge. There's one when I crossed it with him. Such a beautiful, beautiful view. Evan, funny enough, they have filmed quite a few movies and TV shows where they use Lionsgate Bridge in place of, or in a story that needed to feature Golden Gate Bridge. All it takes is a little bit of editing to transform something. But plenty of movie and TV shows filmed in Metro Vancouver where they use this bridge and they just make it appear as if this is San Fran or LA or somewhere, some other part of the States. Almost down to the bottom. The pillars of the bridge is also a chilling spot for a lot of birdies. And here are local Canada geese. Geese? Folks, under Lionsgate Bridge, wow. Not entirely, Starling. This is not halfway. I think the halfway mark is near Third Beach. Seawall is huge, but to be fair, the actual halfway mark is closer to English Bay Beach. The seawall, I believe, is around 22-ish kilometers. I'm not exactly sure on the number, but I think we are closer to 5 kilometers in the seawall. So English Bay will be 10 kilometers, roughly around 10 kilometers. The seawall is huge. Seawall is huge. I'm planning on doing mostly the Stanley Park part of the seawall, but let's see, because it all depends on my phone's charge. I am using microphone today instead of my trusty headphones, because I know Stanley Park, look at the tides coming in and out. The water is rough, folks. I walked this. I walked the entirety of Seawall several times, but it takes a little bit of time. But I actually enjoy. I have scootered and biked along the Seawall, but I do enjoy walking. Look at these. A sign for falling rocks. But I genuinely love walking this. We're at the 3 mile point. I genuinely love walking the seawall. It's just makes me feel so happy. I'm not a big nature person. I'm a city cat. I love like city exploration, going out to explore like grocery stores and stuff like that. But somewhere like Seawall definitely gives me that rare opportunity to really immerse myself in nature, and I genuinely enjoy it. It's just, I don't know, it's very calming of an experience, and every single step you take makes you feel more appreciative, and I don't know, it's just my thoughts, of course. It makes me feel a lot happier. But of course I have cycled and scootered the entirety of Seawall. Evan, there's a lot of tourists who come here regardless. Honestly, just to preserve a little bit more of the nature, it's fine the way it is right now. But I do agree that with the water levels rising, the seawall, especially during king tides, get damaged. It's always in the news every single year. So they need to upgrade the seawall, and while they do it, a lighthouse or something would be incredible for sure. Especially makes it a little nicer at night time. West Vancouver. I was over there literally. That's Ambleside Fisherman's Pier. Ambleside Pier. We filmed from there. Beautiful spot. Lots of crabbers down there. It's crabbing season. Yeah, Evan. That's why when I was in Toronto, I would frequent Leslie Street Spit, Tommy Thompson Park, High Park. High Park is just gorgeous, especially this time of the year where the cherry blossoms are in full bloom. And unlike Vancouver or Metro Vancouver in general, where you get so much cherry blossom in every single neighborhood, Toronto, you have to go somewhere like High Park or U of T to experience cherry blossoms. Yeah, there's no other way. This is literally the continental plate crashing in. We are part of the Pacific Ring of Fire. And just remember, the Western Range Mountains of British Columbia are separate from the Rockies. The Rockies are a separate mountain range, and both of these mountain ranges are formed because, well, tectonic plates collided. I'm just enamored to imagine. And this thing, I am not sure, because this is something scientists also talk about, happened over a course of millions of years, not necessarily overnight either. So that's dramatic. Which is why you'll notice that from time to time they would close off part of the seawall, especially from Prospect Point over to Second or Third Beach, to clear off trees or fallen rock. You'll hear, if you watch local news or read local news, you'll notice that there are rock slides every winter, because with lots of rainfall it loosens some of the rocks and they just crash into the seawall. Starling went to Banff. Oh, I haven't been to Banff yet. Oh, I can only imagine. The Rockies must be just breathtaking. Banff, Jasper, definitely on my bucket list. Like, honestly, we are so privileged, guys. We're so privileged to be Canadians in Canada. I think this is high time, let's take a pause on the international destinations and just discover our own beautiful country. Like from coast to coast to coast. It's just incredible. And of course, by the way, support local businesses. If more Canadians start discovering their own country and enjoy things made by Canadians, like enjoy some delicious maple syrup and poutine when you're in Quebec, enjoy Jamaican beef patties and jerk chicken and all the delicious food available in Ontario, enjoy some Pacific salmon in BC, enjoy delicious Nova Scotian lobsters. I'm just talking about food, that's just one example. But just, discover your own country and support these lovely local businesses. Just remember, these businesses also employ a lot of people and help contribute to our economy. And beyond that economic fact, these are just good, hardworking people, and it's about time we show them some appreciation for their hard work. Like for a tiny city like Vancouver, we have a huge hospitality industry that's catered mostly to tourists, but it is lovely to go out of your way and enjoy some of this and help out our local tourism industry. The Big Pen has not been kind to anybody, so if we all start discovering our own beautiful nation from coast to coast to coast, that'll just help out. I think these are university students out on a field trip. Stanley Park gets frequent university, school and college trips. It is a natural wonderland to study, to discover. Yeah, and also the tectonic plates. Part of the cliff that you notice here is literally an extension of the seabed. It just stretches out all the way up here. But yeah, erosion, all of that, because Stanley Park, if it was left alone to nature, would be much smaller by now. The seawall keeps the ocean away, but at the same time sort of prevents the natural path of erosion that would have occurred if it was just left alone to its means. We have to understand the impact of creating man-made structures and how that impact the natural process. Think of all of these natural rock formations and whatnot. They're all done slowly over a long period of time, sometimes through hundreds and thousands of years, if not millions of years. And putting man-made barriers might restrict that natural flow, so we have to study and learn the impacts of creating something like the seawall. There's been debates. Some people have opinion that they want to get rid of the seawall, let nature take its course. Others want to build a bigger seawall just to prevent the loss of Stanley Park, because I think if it was left with nature, a lot of it has been gone by now. Just the natural way of things. So there are different people with different opinions, and I always believe we need to study nature and our environment, which is a good thing. Especially make young people interested in things like urban design, urban infrastructure, parks, and natural facilities, to strike that right balance between keeping things safe for people, at the same time not disrupting the natural way of things. We're almost down to Seawall Rock. It's a deeply, deeply important part of the local indigenous communities. And has a story of bravery, selflessness, where somebody, I think, had to do with asking the gods for a boon or something. I forgot the actual story of it, but incredible nonetheless. And when there's a high tide, Seawall Rock turns into a tiny island. Last view of West Van, North Shore Mountains. Our view is gonna head towards the West Vancouver Peninsula. That's the edge of UBC and Point Grey in the back.
And I wish you luck with that, because it's going to be ugly. It's going to be, it's not going to be fun. So for either of you, period. That's fair. That's fair. Anyways, I do have to go because I just want to
Continuing on Seawall. Look, we're like a few meters high already. This rock formation is just intriguing. Sometimes they have to take a few of these larger trees down, cut them off, because they might fall off. I mean, nothing like Kim Kardashian to bring attention to anything. We do have a short attention span, but I agree, we need to have a balance of utilizing our resources, at the same time making sure that we preserve a bit of our life. But I agree, we definitely need to use up our resources, make prosperity for our people, especially let indigenous people develop their own resources, natural projects, not be an inhibitant to their way of life. There are people who would do land acknowledgements and at the same breath would prevent indigenous communities to build buildings and towers on their own land right here in Vancouver, which is quite hypocritical if I'm being honest. Anyways, here's Seawall Rock. There's the black. The wind is disrupting my gimbals. This 50-foot high pinnacle of rock stands as an imperishable monument to Scalish, the unselfish, who was turned into a stone by the transformer as a reward for his unselfishness. You can look up Seawall rock online and learn a little bit more about it. Clearly, I'm not educated enough to give you a full story of Seawall rock. And oh, look, there's Hello Ferry. This is the urban ferry that connects downtown Nanaimo with downtown Vancouver. Jesus, Kimball, be friendly to me. Here. So this is Hello Ferry. It's a commercial ferry that connects downtown Nanaimo with downtown Vancouver, eliminates the whole trip to Horseshoe Bay Ferry Terminal. I hope they have a version of this that connects downtown Victoria as well. That would make life much easier for people commuting between Victoria and Vancouver. Oh, you're almost down to Third Beach. Nice. Quick reminder, folks, if you're just joining in. Hi, I'm Asif. Guys, welcome to Go Go Go. I'm walking on Vancouver's Seawall by Stanley Park, about to hit Third Beach. If you're enjoying the stream, folks, don't forget to like this video, share it with your buddies. If you haven't already, definitely subscribe, and of course hit that bell button to get notification every time I'm out live streaming. And you can also support this channel by hitting a super thanks button, that is the little heart sign with the $sign in it. And of course, during the stream you can also support by hitting a super chat and super sticker. Those are all ways you can support the channel. But again, thank you so much for watching. That's always appreciated. Look at that, they're doing some construction just before the heavy tourist season starts. A lot of this gets washed up during king tides and during the high rain season. So be aware, read at Vancouver Park's websites to know if the seawall or portions of the seawall are closed or not. Otherwise, you probably would have to walk or take your cycle back. It is a beautiful day indeed. By the way, I think Jerome's gonna do a live stream soon, so check out his channel at Jerome Forestwood. And roughly 3 hours-ish after this stream, I plan on doing a live stream on my cooking channel That's Asif Forestwood. That's ASIF dot FORESSTWOOD. Asif Forestwood. The link's down in the description of this video. Third beach. You can tell this is not peak tourist season yet, because a few days from now, all of this, literally in the first half of May, will be busy. And one of the biggest events in Third Beach is, of course, the summer solstice. That is a wild, wild, wild experience. Lots of drum circles, lots of street candy. So be careful. But it does get intense. But for the most part of summer, this is just a nice chill beach for people to hang out. While second beach is a lot more family oriented, this is definitely for our young adults and just, you know, groups of friends and couples to hang out. Although you can drive all the way up to Third Beach. There's nice washroom facilities and a snack shop. You can, I believe, get, I'm not sure if it's noodles or not, but a bunch of good food available, and definitely nice tea and coffee as well. This is also one of those points where you have to get off of your, thank you Jerome, and that's Jerome's upcoming live stream on his channel. Check him out. I'm pretty sure he's starting almost immediately after mine, maybe a few minutes here and there, but yeah, check out Jerome's stream. That'll be fun. I can't wait for it. But yeah, there's a nice restaurant up here. You can just chill out, and of course the beach. Guys, the stream might get sketchy at points, buffer a bit. That's just because how far away we are from cell towers. But I will continue to stream until I say I'm done with it. So, yeah. Thank you for staying on.
You walk on water? Yeah.
Wow.
Extra beach, because this is low tide. Oh yeah, you definitely can get noodles. Look, ramen noodle shop. I'm so happy I did this stream. I haven't done a whole sea walk run in a bit. Well, I'm not running, I'm just walking. Jerome, I might, but I'll be on a bus. I might just want to get back home and not stop by Convinia. But thank you for reminding. Guys, Convinia is definitely an awesome spot to check out. We frequently get soft serve from them. They're probably one of the few spots in the city where you can get, probably if not the only spot to get a yuzu soft serve. That is just one of my favorite flavors ever. So good, so good. It's citrusy, creamy, sweet. I've reached a 7-kilometer mark. That's UBC and Point area. I think we're across the water from Spanish Banks and Jericho Beach. Acadia Beach as well. I think that's Acadia Beach, the furthest one. Acadia Beach is an incredible beach to visit. Like the ships are super close. It's a really nice trail. I believe you can take a cycle down there as well. You cannot take a cycle. You can take a cycle all the way to the stairs of Wreck Beach, some of these beaches. Jericho and Spanish Banks, of course, are further lower, so it's ends like the bike path literally ends at the sea level, so it's pretty convenient to take a cycle or a scooter all the way down there. But yeah, Acadia is a little bit more challenging. Hey Megan, welcome to the stream. I am back again. Guys, my phone turned off. It ran out of power. But Diva, I have a power bank, so wired back up, and we are live all over again. It's all coming back to me now. Thank you for staying on the stream. Oh, that happens. But you know what? The key word is perseverance, Diva. We persevere. It literally happened in the mid. Let me find a bench and put my microphone away. I had to take the microphone attachment off. Audio quality might suffer for that reason, people. Apologies for that. But yeah, that's exactly what just happened. I can see a bench. Let me sit down for a hot second and put out my microphone attachment. Yeah, the charge left us, Diva. I do have an old phone. I need a new equipment for sure. We're planning on that. But Diva, life gives you lemons. You immediately make lemonade out of them. Zest the lemon so that you don't waste the peel. Sell those lemonade. Invest those lemonade money into some stock options. Make sure that you're doing the right thing, Diva. I'm not an economic advisor in any way, shape, or form. But the point is, if life gives you lemons, you don't get depressed by it. You make new arrangements, and that's exactly what we're doing. Whew, boy. Yeah, we are alive. We are alive. We are alive. The stream is alive too. But yeah, whew. Oh Nelly, as Jerome likes to say. Yeah, my husband has been offering a new phone for a hot minute. You know what? Let's just get one. Let's just get one. I agree, Jerome. I need to stop being so stubborn and just get a new phone. It is what it is, Diva. It is what it is. Anyways, let's continue on our walk. We're halfway between second and third beach. We're heading towards second beach. Lucky for me, I was prepared. The moment my phone battery died, I plugged in the power bank and here we go. Go, go, go. But honestly, I'm in a good mood. This weather, gorgeous, gorgeous people. You cannot have a bad mood with the weather like this. Evan, you need to be married to someone, then ask them for a phone. And honestly, Diva, power to anybody who's into polyamory. We are really not into that at the moment. Ooh, and the first look at Burrard Bridge in the back. I mean, he asked for like a phone. My husband's buying me one, Megan, so if you want it, you should put a ring on it. If you want it, put a ring on it. Almost down to second beach. I can already see the pool from here. Views of second beach. You know what, once I'm done at English Bay, since I'm down here already, might pick up some vegetables for my cooking stream. I plan on doing a cooking live stream in roughly 3 to 4 hours. Assume around like 4:30 p.m. Make sure we have delicious dinner. Nothing like fresh produce. Even if it's a little bit of an effort, I highly recommend you use fresh ingredients. The difference is stark, and especially whether it's for your health or just for the sake of a good flavor palette, in both situation, it's a good idea to use fresh veggies. Thank you, Megan. You know the stream. Jerome put a link to it on the chat, and of course there is a link to my cooking channel on the description as well. low tide, so a lot of it has been exposed. See, Diva, when you want all of that without the man, Diva, that's nature's way of saying Evan needs to open an OnlyFans. Slay, power to you, king. Pretty sure there will be plenty of people on those platforms willing to buy you a phone without the commitment in exchange for a monthly subscription. Oh, Diva. What a glorious day. Isn't there a song? I love that Lenka, I think that's the artist's name. She was in the band Aqua back in the days. The same girlie from Barbie Girl song. She had a song. Life just a little bit up in a riddle. Na 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 na. And then the chorus goes something like, I want my money back. I want my money back. Let's na 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 na. I want my money back. I want my money back. Let's enjoy the show. If anybody knows what song I'm talking about, Lenka show, something like that. I forgot the actual song. I used to sing it a lot back in the days. Haven't listened to that song in a long time. But literally the chorus says, I want my money back. Yeah. I love Aqua when I was growing up. I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world. Fantastic, fantastic. You can dress my hair, call me my dear. I don't know. I don't remember any of their other songs, to be honest. That is the one song that I do remember. I know they had like a few chartbusters back in the days. Of course, I'm talking about 1990s. That's when I was a kid. Hit the 8-kilometer marks, eh? But that's when I grew up, so I remember stuff from 90s and early 2000s a little bit more than early 90s or late in 80s when I was a freaking toddler. I barely remember any of the 80s, if I'm being honest. I don't really remember anything about the 80s. But yeah, 90s, I do remember. Hello, hello. If it isn't Caffeine Daddy on the stream. Caffeine Daddy, finally on the stream. Slay, slay. Welcome to a Go Explore video. We're just walking around Seawall. Has everyone been coffee today? If Kurt is not making decent money from the caffeine industry, the coffee industry, pushing every single live streamer and their followers to drink coffee, what are you doing with life? I'm convinced he is part of the quote-unquote big coffee. Slay, power to you. Hail Caffeine Daddy. You know what? I was planning on grabbing a coffee. With Caffeine Daddy on the stream, I might actually grab a coffee. But Diva, we have to make our way to a coffee shop. We are a little bit further away from coffee. Ooh, look, 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 look. They're doing the final touches for the second beach pool. So it'll be active in no time. Although it feels like summer, official kickoff to summer season is still a few days away. In our home province of Ontario, it's usually the May 2-4 weekend. That's the official start to summer, especially when the ferry schedules change for ferries to Granville, sorry, not Granville. See, I've been in BC long enough to start calling Toronto Islands Granville Island. Yeah, so May 2-4 weekend, but I think yeah, it starts a little early here. Thank you, Caffeine Daddy. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, people. Appreciate it. Second beach, low tide. Now that song is in my head now. I can't stop, but like, because it for a while I used to sing that song every single day. It's a Lenka song. I think Lenka. That's the name of the artist, I believe. If somebody can look up that song, that will be awesome. So the song goes something like, oh, Evan, thank you so much. Evan says thank you so much for Asif. I really oh, thank you, Evan. Really appreciate. Thank you so much for supporting the stream. I'd love to do more nature forward streams, but Diva, I am a city cat. Expect a lot of city exploration videos. But yeah, I would love to do a lot of nature exploration videos as well. Just the issue is internet access. Most nature and trails don't have decent access. But thank you so much. Please do join us for the next stream as well. I will be scheduling them a little bit more often nowadays. I know I do go out for random explorations. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I know, Kurt. It'll definitely go forward to our next Friday fried chicken walk. That happens every single Friday, roughly between 4 and 7 p.m. Depends on when we stream. Usually Jerome does a stream and then I start mine. And of course, as somebody who has dedicated their steak tacos for dinner, buddy, I have some different plans, but watch the cooking live stream. Watch the cooking stream, Christian. Just remember, Evan, what is late night streams at Ontario time is still early in BC. And once summer really kicks in, I'll definitely, Jerome and I both plan on doing a little bit more of late night streams, because again, with more people out. Yeah, it's the show. But that is Melanie Martinez? Oh, okay. I for some reason thought her name was Lenka. But thank you so much, darling.
Should be the easiest part. You need to have specialized skills. Right now, I think. Oh, we'll see.
Yeah, apparently hometown team isn't doing bad this year. And they did beat the most joke of a team. Toronto Maple Leafs, they've beaten freaking Ottawa. But I'm kind of sad because the cutest player in all of Canadian hockey, Connor McDavid's team, I think lost the last match. so they're in a tight bind, I believe. I think the Winnipeg Jets lost their game too at some point. So yeah, I don't really watch sports, Diva, but I do support all Canadian teams, including the Quebec team that is actually called Canadians for interesting reason. So yeah, support all Canadian teams, including the Canadians. McDavid's team won last night, Slay. I have to say, I'm team Leafs and Canucks for sure, although neither one of them really wins any game. But of course, there's always going to be a soft side for Connor McDavid. That guy is just the cutest. He was in a realtor ad recently. Again, I think this is a combined Canadian hatred towards Edmonton for some reason. I mean, nobody even talks about the Flames. The Flames are as irrelevant as Canucks. But anyways, Diva, I'm not gonna start an inter-Canada hockey war. But I think, yeah, definitely, like Canucks do a better job than frickin' Flames any day. Last year, it was the Cup for Alberta before they made their way and defeated Canucks here already. Almost down to English Bay. Slay, slay. Also, we're about to hit the 2-hour mark. What are you talking about, Evan? Those are allegations. Those are unproven allegations. I do not watch a single Oilers match for Connor McDavid. That never happened, ever. Shush. Honestly, I can't say what's going on. All I see is a bunch of sweaty men fighting from time to time. But I guess that's what most people are looking forward to, the fights. Like, there is a decent fan following of Toronto Wolfpacks. If anybody knows who the Wolfpacks are, give a holler. But like, we know who watches Wolfpack matches. And trust and believe, even Wolfpacks knows very well the queer community is the one that is on their stands. Cheering them on has nothing to do with how sweaty they are. In that matter of point, Toronto FC matches the same reason. Ooh, we hit the 9-kilometer mark. Slay. This is a cute little beach that gets submerged with high tide. The rock artists love to have their little rock formations made from time to time. Look how big English Bay looks. Megan, enough cannon fodder to come and visit Stanley Park and British Columbia in general. Trust me when I see this, not just Stanley Park, Acadia Beach, Spanish Banks Beach, Jericho Beach, Wreck Beach. There are so many incredible spots to visit and check out. Trust me on this. And it is a myth that everything is expensive in BC. It is the same price as Toronto. In certain spots like EB10 and whatnot, some food items are even cheaper. So continue to watch the streams. We'll show you cheap eats, good food, and of course, awesome spots to visit in British Columbia. Megan, that's just the tip of the iceberg. Trust me when I say this. Especially if you decide to visit Richmond or Crystal Mall in Burnaby. So many good cheap eats out there. Surrey. Yeah, similarly, Vancouverites should visit Toronto, Halifax, Montreal, Calgary. It's about time we should make a point in time to enjoy our own country, guys. Such a beautiful country from coast to coast to coast. We should appreciate it and visit it. Yeah, any city, honestly, like how do people survive, especially people who work, let's say, service industries? How do you think they survive cities like Toronto and Vancouver? There are always cheap eats out there. You just have to know where to go. Like we haven't even done videos on like Bonds or Cardam's Donut. Not Cardam's. Who am I thinking about? Jerome wanted to drag me there the other day. Duffins. So there are plenty of super cheap spots in the city, just like in Toronto. In Toronto, I would always recommend people to visit somewhere like Kensington Market has knockout chicken for chicken lovers, really good price. Visit Danforth, Square Boys. Square Boys is something that I recommend everyone, anybody who loves Greek food, and the prices are just incredible. Like back when we used to live in Toronto in Square Boys, we used to pay like $5, get a banquet burger, fries, and a bevy. Like that kind of a vibe is incredible. Scarborough, my hometown, you literally can get like a plate of biryani back then for like $7, chaat and whatnot. Like in Scarborough, you could get like a dozen samosas for like $4 and something like that. Yeah. There are good options in every city, and that's what you need to do. Thank you, Evan. Really appreciate you joining in. But yeah, trust Diva. We love food and we can't stop talking about food. We go out to so many different spots every single week. Just watch our videos, you'll know exactly what to eat. It's also especially the cheap eats. Whether it's in Richmond, Vancouver, Surrey, New West, anywhere in the Metro Van area, there are plenty of good spots, and again, without breaking your bank. Continuing on English Bay. am gonna walk up hill and we take the 23 bus back home. So let's go walk uphill and finish the stream there. I'm kind of getting exhausted. I've been streaming for a hot minute. But guys, Jerome is doing a stream soon. So Jerome, please drop, you guys have the link on the chat somewhere. Jerome, if you want, you can drop the link again for people to join your stream, which is happening soon. And guys, I'm also doing a live stream on my cooking channel, roughly in 3 hours-ish, around 4 p.m. Around 4 p.m. That's Asif Forestwood, my cooking channel. So check that out. Love to make some good food on stream. Also get myself some time to prep for it. Like, cooking is fun, but like prepping is a little frustrating for me. So I like to do the prep before I start cooking. Honestly, Evan, not just the beef patties. There are like anything good Jamaican. We do have Jamaican restaurants, but that's Jerome's stream, guys. Check out Jerome's stream. He's gonna stream soon. But yeah, there's like good options in both cities, and there are options that are just not available. Whoa, Jerome, Caffeine Daddy just followed you. Slay. That is a personal achievement. That is a personal achievement for Jerome Forestwood. Whew. Diva. That was Vancouver's Stanley Park Seawall. Oh, I wanted to do a live stream around Seawall for a long time. Finally had the time and opportunity to do one, with one minor interruption, but glad that was the only bit. Thank you, Evan. Really appreciate your support. And yeah, guys, thank you to everyone who watched this stream. Anybody who's gonna watch a recording of it, thank you so much. Same plea for your cutie YouTuber. Like it, share it with your buds, and subscribe if you haven't already. And yeah, until next time, folks, bye bye. Padam 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 padam.